eBird is Cornell Ornithological Lab's database and website of bird sightings worldwide. It provides applications that can be used to explore the data. It also provides a public interface so that custom software by others can also be used to access. Chicory Lane Farm is a 68-acre conservation reserve in central Pennsylvania in Penns Valley. It is dedicated to ecological diversity, research, education, and appreciation of the natural landscape. It includes a website and a database of some 300 native plants that have been observed on the farm, as well as sightings of birds within specific ecological areas. The Chicory Lane eBird software is a collection of tools used to access eBird data. We refer to it as the Chicory Lane eBird tools since it is built reusing software that is part of Chicory Lane's database, and those tools access the eBird data as well as the Google Map database and software. There are two ways to access the Chicory Lane eBird tools. First, you can simply visit the Chicory Lane site by going to chicorylane.com. There, you can select Database from the navigation panel on the left, and then eBird from the list of database options. Alternatively, you can go directly to the Chicory Lane eBird site by again typing in chicorylane.com and then follow that with /eBird, and it will take you to the same place. Once you have reached the Chicory Lane eBird tools, you can begin to explore the capability and functions that they offer. We'll point out that there are help instructions that are available as part of the site, but the site is pretty intuitive to use, and so you can just start exploring it. Currently, there are two basic tabs or two basic components. One is a observation tool, which consists of a web form that can be filled out to initiate a search. The second is a Google Map application that can be used to display data. The map by default is centered on the Chicory Lane farm, but you can of course move it around wherever you like by just dragging and pulling, as is conventional with Google Maps. You can also enter in the name of any location where you would like to center the map. In addition to showing where data occurs, birds, hotspots, etc., you can also select a point at which to center a search by just simply clicking on with the left button on the map. And then when you go back to the observation search panel, by clicking on latitude and longitude, you bring those coordinates over. The eBird database provides a maximum of 30-day search window to look in, and you can have up to anywhere from 1 to 50 kilometers. That's about a half mile to about 30 miles. So in this case, we'll search for 3 kilometers or about 2 miles, and when we search, we'll see that we've identified some 42 birds in that general area. We can scroll through this and look for birds of interest. We can also reorganize the data by clicking on common name. We'll sort it into descending alphabetic order. A second clip reverses it. We can do the same for scientific numbers to see the most frequent and the least frequent birds, and as well as latitude, longitude, or different locations that have been identified. If we'd like to see the area that we actually searched on the map, we can click the map area and the map results, and these data will be sent over to the eBird map for display. By right-clicking on the map, we can import the search area, and it'll show us geographically the 3-kilometer or 2-mile radius that we searched in, and we can also show the actual birds that we're seeing. So for example, if we click on that particular site, which is a nearby Muddy Paws Marsh, we get its latitude and longitude, 38 sightings in the last 30 days, for a total of some 466 individual birds, and we get a list of all the birds that occurred there. In looking over the list of birds that occurred that were observed or sighted at Muddy Paws, we might note, for example, that the Carolina wren was there. That's pretty far north for that particular bird at this time of year, so we might want to go back and center a search at Muddy Paws and then see if there are sightings elsewhere of the Carolina wren. So this is the Muddy Paws location. So if we go back to the search tool, we can click on latitude and longitude, and it will update the latitude and longitude to the particular values that were last selected or last dealt with in the map. Then if we go down to the Carolina wren and we click on the species name, then it will transfer that data to the search type and the Latin name or the scientific name, and we can now search in, let's do a little bit broader area, so let's do say about 5 miles from there to see if there are any other Carolina wrens around. But we'll look just for Carolina wrens centered at Muddy Paws, extending out for 9 kilometers or about 5 miles for the last 30 days. And we find out that yes, indeed, there were several sightings of that. And so we can go back and we'll clear our data off, and then we'll send this revised data or this new data over to the map, and we can look and see where that area was, a much bigger area than before, and we can look for our Carolina wrens. We see it was on Egg Hill Road, and we can see also that it was observed at Muddy Paws. So the tools invite a back and forth process from the map to the search form tool, and from the search form tool back to the map, and so it allows a very nimble evolving exploration of sighting data in an area. In subsequent videos, we'll go into much more detail about the different functions and try to illustrate their use with different locations and different kinds of searches. But in the meantime, we'll hope this video will get you started and that you will explore the different options and the different functions that are available. Be aware that anytime you see a keyword like latitude and longitude underlined, if you click on that, something is going to happen, and often that's allowing you to transfer data from one tab to another tab, or from one part of the screen, such as the display area in the search tool at the bottom, to the form elements that are used to define a new search.